Hello, everyone. Hey, happy Black Friday, actual Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. It is November 28th here in the Stamping Zoo, 3 p.m. or just shortly after. I hope you had a wonderful day yesterday here in the US. And well, I hope everyone had a wonderful day, but here in the US, it was our Thanksgiving holiday. And, I hope you all just were with people you wanted to be with, eating food you wanted to eat. I had a great time. I went to my mother's house, had lots of delicious goodies, and laughed a lot. So, can't ask for more. And now we're going to have a little stamping time. This is a special stamping time. This is a craft along. And so, if you made a qualifying purchase with me during the month of November, you received or will be receiving this kit to make 5 different cards, and you get all of the supplies you need. No stamped images, but other than that, everything in this kit I die cut or punched and cut for you. So you really just need some inks and stamps. I am using the Banner Sayings stamp set with its triple banner punch. Unfortunately, these things went unorderable. Very popular. Punches are always very popular, and I think it will be back later in December. But you know what? Just put it on your list. You can go into the website and put this on a watch list for you and receive an email when it becomes available. And I will show you how to do that shortly. So have no fear. You will get banner sayings eventually. Okay. I also chose to use the dies from this bundle called Charming Day. Okay. And it's a beautiful floral, right? But it's kind of a workhorse here. I just find so many uses for this. And so these were accompanying products that I used. All right, just a few inks. And I used the Pearls of Beauty. So you would have received a strip of these. Hey, Deborah, how are you doing? Very nice to see you. And so glad to have you here. I hope you had a good time yesterday, okay, with the little one. All right, and everybody else, of course, his parents, and everybody's secondary when you have a little one. We have our little guy is 6, and he's just a nice little, cute little guy. So, okay, well, let's get into it. We have 5 cards to make, even though most of the work was done for you. I still want to get into it. So again, this is a craft along. This was a free with purchase kit that you would have received with a $50 or more online purchase. So it wasn't in coordination with any other special or free with purchase order that I run. It had to be at least $50 of product aside from all of the other specials that I run during the month. And so thank you very much. Several of you took advantage of this. And guess what? You still have 2 days to take advantage of this, plus the Black Friday sale. Don't forget about that. 40% off of Stampin' Blends and 15 to 25% off of various adhesives and cardstock. Now, those may be gone already. I think that both of those were very, very popular. And so, don't sleep on it. I think you can still get some blends, but the blends are 40% off. And so, let me get a little more light in this situation here. Very cloudy, overcast in here in Boise today. And so anyway, shop that Black Friday sale, and then qualifying purchases, which is a $50 or over purchase, will still get you this kit for 2 more days, all right, through the month of November. And so, hello, ladies. I'll probably catch most of you on replay. You're still carrying on with your fun, but it's all right, because guess what? I'm here. If you're watching me at midnight because you can't sleep, hello, I see you. I might even be up too. If you haven't watched me before, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Lisa Harden. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My business name is the Stamping Zoo. One of the things that I do as being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is I share a lot of products with you each and every week on Thursdays and Sundays. Please follow me, like, subscribe to my channels, all the things, because then you will be in the know when I come live with you or post a recording. And also, it helps my business so much, and it costs you nothing. And so, I really appreciate you uh, pushing this up into the platforms so that we can get more stampers to join our Stamping Zoo community. All right, I welcome everybody here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So again, you would have received this as a kit, and also you received a PDF tutorial. Please check your junk emails if you were not seeing that. If I am up to date on these kits, well, almost. There were two ladies, Carla and Crystal. Your kits are still coming to you, but you knew that because I sent you an email. So anyway, you're watching this on replay. Okay, so here are the pieces you would have gotten in your kit, okay? For the first kit, you received a strip of the embellishments, and those are for all 5 of the cards, all right? You also have a petal pink card base, 2 pieces of Very Vanilla, and I think they're the same. One's for your insert, and one is for the first layer of the card. Okay, yep, they are the same. And then you have 2 pieces of Brushed with Beauty Designer Series paper in here, and that's for these 2 layers. Okay, and you should also have some bits of, oh, I know what it is. It's actual, I actually punched out the shapes for you. Maybe I didn't punch them out for myself. No, I did. Okay, there we go. So check your envelopes for the little pieces, right? And so there are 2 little clips of coral. Nope, petal pink. And then one in Very Vanilla. We're going to use clips of coral to stamp. And again, all of these punch shapes come out of the Banners punch die that again is part of the Banner Sayings bundle. Not available as of November 28th. Supposed to be back, but I think it's going to be a while, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So I will show you during this video how to sign up to receive a notification so that when that comes back in stock, you will find out and be able to purchase it. It's a good one. We used it for my team meeting. In fact, a lot of these cards came from my team meeting, and I just liked them. And so I thought I need to put these out to lovely demonstrators or lovely customers as well. All right, 2 pieces of Designer Series paper, and I like the way I combine them here, so I'm not going to even change anything. And as you can see, they have beautiful patterns on the back side. We are going to use this pattern coming up. All of the papers are from Brushed with Beauty, and it is a complete suite. And I will show you that suite and how to purchase it shortly. I do feel like everything's still available in this suite, so that's a plus. So if you don't get the Banner Sayings bundle, you can just purchase the actual sentiments that came with this suite. I just kind of mixed and matched because I liked the banner punch so much. Okay, now you will take your basic beige ribbon and go ahead and tie a bow. Let me get this card base out of the way. Tie a bow around the middle. So where the patterns meet, they still look nice, but I think it's an especially nice place to put a bow. Now let's see, did I tie, you know, I hate to pre-tie ribbon, so I hope I gave myself enough. All right, and as you're joining me, of course, say hello to each other, however you like to chat, but tell me something that you ate yesterday that was delicious, okay? Hey, Laverne from Napa, how are you doing? I hope you had a delicious glass of wine yesterday. I left the house. I was going to take a bottle of rosé with me. I left the house, and that was the one thing I forgot. Oh, gosh. I thought about it a few miles down the road, and I was like, really, you should go get that. Because I would like a glass of wine, but I would never drink a bottle of wine at this stage of my life. Not saying I haven't, but it was years and years ago. So anyway, I forgot the wine. So I still have the wine. But yeah, we had my mom's a great cook, and I made a couple of sides. I made the potatoes, and I made like green beans with mushrooms and bacon, and it was quite good. So we didn't have mushroom casserole. We didn't have green bean casserole. We had this thing, and the sauce that I made was kind of a like my mom told me what she had made a few years ago, but of course she never writes down a recipe, and yeah, I don't either always. But anyway, it was kind of a teriyaki, but I didn't make it super sweet. And then I put some chili oil in it. So it had a kick. And I thought it was quite successful. I really enjoyed it. And you can always tell, right? Because the serving dish was almost empty. And I made this huge thing. And then there were still mashed potatoes left. Is that crazy or what? I mean, my mashed potatoes, I put every dairy in there known to man. Half and half, cream cheese, it was a huge thing, but a block of cream cheese, tons of cheddar, okay, and then some garlic. I heated up garlic and then used the oil from that, the olive oil. Anyway, they were probably half potato and half unctuous dairy, and nobody complained. So, you're a grape grower? Oh my gosh, Laverne. That is so cool. I'm kind of envisioning it right now. Oh, beautiful Napa. Such a gorgeous place. Well, welcome. Well, cheers. Sante. Okay, and so, yeah, my ribbon was a little shorter than I would have liked. Apologies if you got the kit and yours was a little shorter than you would like. But it is the basic beige ribbon, okay? So, help yourself. I need to get another roll because now what is wrong with this? It looks like I'm drinking wine right now, but I'm not. I just couldn't quite get that straight, could I? There we go. Okay, so anyway, as I said, all of these products are available now, unless there's a random color of cardstock that's not available, but don't you worry. Carla, hi! Carla is someone who just earned this during the Black Friday sale, and so she doesn't have her kit yet, but Carla, you should have received the PDF tutorial. Please check your junk file if you did not. And let's see, did I put something in here? Oh, cute. Well, that came from the other set. I can use it. There's no rules. That came from Charming Day set. So anyway, hello, Lisa. Hello. It's our day after Thanksgiving. You probably know that, but a lot of us are just on vacation time. And so I took the day off, and as I was getting ready to go live, I was like, wait a minute, it's 3 o'clock? How did it take me until 3 o'clock? But I have been doing a lot of behind the scenes things. And then I also took my car down to get an alignment. Oh, driving to Emmett was kind of interesting last night. So my mom lives about an hour away. And once you get on the highway to go to my small hometown, at times you can go 65, which means I go 70. I don't go more than that, but I go 70. Anyway, I knew the car was shimmying a little bit, but I usually drive in town, which is like 35 miles max. Oh my gosh, when I got out on the freeway, the wheel was all over the place, you guys. So that was fun. And so I took it in to get an alignment this morning. Then I was like, yeah, I was awfully sure about that. I hope that's what it was. But I'm hoping to sell my beautiful car like anytime. But I was like, no, I gotta fix that because nobody is going to want to buy this thing when it's that shaky. And also, it's not going to make a very good test drive. So I did spring for that. But okay, now I'm looking for celebrate, and you did it, and I'm talking at the same time. It really doesn't work well. Okay, this is always kind of difficult, isn't it? Okay, there's celebrate. Celebrate. And you did it is where. I'm looking over here where I stamped them. That helps me if I'll just settle down and do it. You did it. Okay. Kind of helps me. one? Is that it? I would have never guessed that was it. Okay. I thought that was an H. Okay. Now, of course, you can stamp these first and then punch them out. But as I was making a kit, you know, I went ahead and put these together for everyone. So this one was so fun because, like I said, it's really just a stamp and stick. Perfect for this weekend. Sorry, I'm hearing a weird noise out there. Sounds like an electric something. Oh, it's probably somebody's leaf blower, huh? Okay, so I pointed these, one going one way, one going the other way. And so let me bring you down here because they're kind of small, right? And so we're going to do a celebrate pointing to the left and a celebrate pointing to the right. Also, you should, Deborah, did you get your Tractor and Co., the actual kit yet? You might be, you're one of the furthest away, so you tend to get yours towards the end. I know that somebody in Arizona got hers. So anyway, those were all out last week, a few days later than my target date, which I always hate. I'd much rather be a week earlier, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So anyway, those got out, which was very fun. And next month's Zubilee is going to feature Cake Day, which is so fun. We used it in my team meeting. And so we're all ready. Oh, look at that. Card 1. I just don't want to get it on the vanilla, right? That is just the perfect hiding place for some ink so that you'll get it on your card. And then I brought the petal pink in with this little vine image. Now this one's from Charming Day. Okay, but it is charming. And there you go. That's the stamping. Celebrate, you did it. This could be a number of things, right? You graduated from some sort of certification or college. This looks like it got mashed a little bit. They have been made for a while. So anyway, I used foam adhesive strip too, and I'm not going to do that this time. Foam adhesive strip is twice as high as the regular dimensionals, and I decided no. I think I was trying something and I didn't like it. So there you go. But a regular dimensional will fit. Now I just have to find them as usual. And so I put this one up on dimensionals. He's in the middle. And then the other two I put down directly, as well as the card insert. So let's get that in there. And so is everyone taking a little time to do some crafting this weekend? Speaking of crafting, I hope so, because this is, you know, this is go time. It's already been go time, but it's really go time for Christmas things. And so I actually have to go through a number of the cards I've been making over the past 6 weeks, ferret out all of the Christmas items, kind of take inventory and see how many more I should make. And I have special cards ideas to make for special groups of customers or my team. And so I still have a lot of work to do. And then my mom decided she wanted 4 packs of that Road to Christmas kit, which thank goodness it doesn't have stamping. But I do those for her too. Why? Because she's lovely. But yeah, so I think I'm going to put those together tonight and watch some sappy Christmas thing. Now, I just recently disconnected my dish, so I don't have Hallmark anymore. Big whoop. Because now all the platforms have their own goofy Christmas shows, right? So I'll watch something, or I might watch my favorite, The Holiday, starring Cameron Diaz and several other people. Jude Law. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. And my classics. I love all the classics, but I really like the Bells of St. Mary's, but I won't watch that one until we get closer. And right now, you guys, it's sunny and like 50 degrees here. Well, maybe 45, but it's nice. There's no snow on the ground, and I'm not complaining, but I got to ease into my Christmas viewing. And there is card 1. Oh, it's super cute. Isn't this gorgeous? I am going to show you the paper and all of the products in the Brush with Beauty suite. We'll take a break in the middle of things and I'll show you that. And that is your card number 1. It does come with an envelope, okay? Here is card number 2. Equally as beautiful, sending my love. Consider yourself hugged. Those are just 2 of the sentiments in the Banner Sayings bundle. And I bet we have some pieces and parts in here. Yes, I cut them all for you, even the vellum. We have vellum again, and may she never go out of inventory. All right, now you will have a pre-cut floral image. It has a tiny bit of wax paper on it. You'll have a pre-cut image like that. You will have 2 pre-cut foliage pieces, and this is out of the earthen toned foil. Oh, it's the best. I think it's the best foil we've, well, I like rose gold, but other than that, it's the best, okay? You'll have 1, don't fall, 1 sentiment banner, a piece of designer series paper. You can use either side you would like. It all mixes and matches just fine, okay? And, oh yes, so gorgeous. And so, oh, that's a little high. Okay. Also, excuse me, the colors I chose to use, I just stuck to these 4 colors. So, again, you can use whatever you want, and they are listed in your written tutorial, as well as little thumbnail pictures of them. Okay, so let's just start putting these down. Look, so simple, but just the beautiful layering of these elements, I think is really nice. I mean, you know, go me, right? No, this is not uncommon for a design of a card, but I like this one. And so, okay, the way I'm going to lay these down is I am just going to put some Seal Plus on them. You could also use some glue dots, but here's kind of like the lazy way to do it. When you know they're going to be covered up under several other things, you can just run your Seal Plus right over them. Okay, the dark blue one is the Seal Plus, and then they're down because you're going to put other layers on top of them. And so it will actually help when you are putting in this larger flower piece. Okay, and I tried to only, I think I only, oh no, there's a glue dot under there, I guess. See, this vellum is pretty clever. It's a little bit thicker, and that really helps in hiding the glue dots. So with a little bit of texture on them, it hides them really quite easily. And I didn't do a lot more than that, I don't think. I like that it was really loose. And so really it's just adhered in the middle. And then you will, of course, top it with the sentiment. And when you do that, you will lay it down even more. Oh, I didn't even put that on the right leaf. Okay, I'm going to put a glue dot down here too. So I have a glue dot on this leaf and on this one. And then I'm going to bring these in so this doesn't go off of the card. Okay, and it just fits right into the corner. I'm sure it was designed that way by somebody super smart. And let's see, are these cleaned off? They are. And I'm going to show you a trick, a helpful trick. I'm using those small blocks. I don't know that they're even available to purchase anymore, but we all probably have them. And I noticed I was having a hard time seeing exactly where to put them because the block is so small that I couldn't see this image through the block. So I'm going to use a larger block so I can see around the outsides of it. Okay. And I normally do that. But if I forget and I grab those other ones, sooner or later, I feel like I end up grabbing them. So let's just cure that right now. Sending my love. And the other one was consider yourself hugged. Yeah, I should have probably put these up on blocks first, but I didn't. They're sending my love. And this is probably consider yourself hugged. Okay. So that's going to sit over there. The dogs have been they've been slug bugs today. Totally. I should have got them out and done something, but I'm waiting for my foot to heal from, I don't know, just normal aches and pains. But I've been waiting several weeks. And you know how you feel like, okay, it's just starting to feel okay? Well, it just kind of started to feel okay yesterday after all these weeks. So they did just have their dog walker on Wednesday. And so I will have to schedule them another dog walk. And I'll take them in the car and stuff. And frankly, they're almost 14. They don't want to be drug around every day. I don't either. So anyway, yeah, so we're all doing well. And I'm sure they were a little irritated that I left the house for several hours last night, but I left them well fed with snacks. I have these little orange treat balls they roll around. Hello, Kim. Kim, I hope you had a good day yesterday. I don't know if you are still with your aunt or if you are back at your house or somewhere in between, but wherever you were, I hope you had a really nice time. And then let's grab some of these. These are crumb cake. I feel like they look like champagne. Crumb cake's fancier cousin, right? So we're going to take some of those. And let's see, I put one right there too. And then there you go. Look at all these. Again, the layering is simple and very pretty. And then I put on the inside, oh, I used basic beige too. You don't have to though. You could easily just use crumb cake. But I have basic beige. I love it. It really has a lot of green in it. So anyway, let's grab the flower that is again from Charming Day. Okay. And so we're going to grab that guy, this guy, and he's the lighter color. So I'm going to bring that in first. Isn't that fun? And then where's my consider yourself hugged? That's cute. I found myself saying something similar to somebody on the phone yesterday or this weekend. And I'm wondering if I got it from this. I did work with this a lot. Cheesy. No, it was heartfelt. I meant it. I was like, I wish I was there to just I hope you're feeling like I'm giving you a big hug. Yes. You're still in Arizona. Okay. Then you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I love that. I hope you had really nice weather. Not too hot. Definitely not too cold. Okay. And then there you go. Slightly off kilter. Just look at it this way. This way, I mean. It's good enough. Okay. Beautiful. Card number 2. Don't you love it when all the pieces and parts are cut? It's very fun. It's very fun for me to put together the kit, even if, you know, I know the story. I put the kits together, but it's still fun for me to work through them. I like to stamp and stick. And there we go. Okay, let's see. Let's do the third card. And then I will show you where these products are and show you the paper so you can see it in its full beauty. Okay? third card is a little show off of both sides of the DSP. Okay. And then, oh, I did the same thing in there. So we've got a card base in Mossy Meadow, a piece of basic white for the insert, okay, a sentiment strip in basic white that I can't seem to lift. There we go. I gave you 3 single roses die cut, okay, and finally a piece of the designer series paper. And so let's start with this. I like to do this on my trimmer, but you may just choose to use your bone folder and a pencil. You can do that too. So on this, I know this is going to be how it's oriented. So I'm going to come down on 2 inches on this side. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that at 2. And then I'm going to bring the scoring blade in. And I'm just going to make a little score there. Then I'm going to come and line that score mark up on my cutting blade, on the cutting track. And I'm going to line this corner up on the cutting track. And then I'm going to make sure I'm holding it down. Okay, and then I'm going to bring the scoring blade in. And that is going to make our flap. Look at that. Okay. And that's the front panel of our card. Now I took that little foliage image again. And, oh, the colors are mounting up. I added Mossy Meadow. Okay, so I had some more colors. I believe I got them all in the tutorial at least. I go through every card when I am making thumbnail images of the supplies I used, and so probably got it there. All right, so let's do, this is how this is going to be here. And then you can either leave this loose. I'm going to glue it down though, and then it will just look right like this. Okay, so let's get that little stem back and bring our Mossy Meadow in. You can also splatter this if you want a little bit of effect back behind it there. You know what? This thing needs to be zoomed out a little bit. That's my issue. Not that much. Okay, there we go. So, oh, now I just re-inked this and oh, look at that. I re-inked this and I forgot. Dang it. Well, that's not a very good start. Oh, you know what I can do? Let's see. I'm going to take it. Look, I'm going to take this and then fold it over. Now I know the mountain valley fold isn't going to look that nice. Big whoop. Okay, then I'm going to hide it. Find my card insert. Now what I needed to do is bring in a credit card, debit, gift card, whatever you have, hard piece of plastic, and move this ink around because I did just put some re-inker on it a few hours ago. Hello, Corinne, and thank you so much for sharing. Please share this with your friends. You never know. There might be somebody out there who still wants to take advantage of the Black Friday sale, which runs through December 1st, and my free with purchase kit, which is for the next 2 days. So through the month of November, and we're almost at the end. Just so odd. But anyway, that's how long you have. You have 2 more days. Oh, much better. Much better. So I'm just going to kind of twist and shout. Okay, and then let's bring it there. All right. Much better. A little chamois work. Oh my gosh, I finally, this morning I sat and had my coffee and let Cash sit on my lap. He will sit on my lap for 5 hours. If I sat there, he would sit on my lap for 5 hours. Anyway, so we all watched the garbage truck come in and out. And I finished the series The Beast in Me. I had one more episode. Lord, it was so good. It has definite Silence of the Lamb vibes, I think. So you can tell me if you think I'm off base with that, but I think it does. Okay, what did I put on the inside? Cue the confetti. Okay, so we are going to do this again, but we're going to do it second generation. And actually, I'm going to stamp on the card base instead of the white. Why not? This needs to be second generation, or it'll be way too dark. Okay, there's that. And then happy birthday. I want that to be first generation. And what did I use for? Oh, I just used Mossy Meadow for the whole thing. Okay. We got that guy. And now we need our cue the confetti. Okay, I didn't get that cleaned. Sorry. You've got to get Mossy Meadow is a boss, right? You got to get that cleaned off, or whatever you use next will look a little bit like Mossy Meadow. This thing too. So I need to just squish it into the chamois. And if you have something that's more like has a lot of fine lines to it, just get the Stampin' Scrub out, which I'm actually going to do that for this one. Stampin' Scrub. And we have some spritz called Stampin' Scrub Spritz that goes on that. I just used it as a dry brush, but okay. Cue the confetti. You know, when your car is over 20 years old and you have it in any shop, you're always, there's something in the back of your mind. You're like a little concerned. Now, I told them explicitly, I said, I'm sure there are things wrong with it, but I'm wanting to sell it in the next month. So you can tell me if you think there's something really unsafe, but because the tire shop's kind of notorious, right, for making things sound really dire. And I just headed into the mechanics place that I trust, and so I already know what's wrong with it. Nothing dangerous. But in any case, it always makes me a little interested to see what the tire shop is going to say. It just depends on who works there, you know. Seems like a pretty honest crowd these days. But I've had them tell me things before that were not true. Bad tire shop. But it just depends on the people. They need to make a living too. Okay, now I'm using the happy birthday. I know I'm getting all my stamps messed up. I'll put them away later. I'm still not quite comfortable with this layout. Okay, so I'm still kind of learning. Where's happy birthday? See, it doesn't, it's hard. It's still difficult to figure it out where these things are. Okay, I'm just going to put this in the middle. I gave everybody more, you know, more than you need so that you can redo it if you don't get it straight, or have plenty of room to trim it out, make a mistake, start again. Okay, and there is our Mossy Meadow. We're not completely done with Mossy Meadow, but we're going to color with the blends next. Okay, and so let's get our insert in. Cute. And see, that's where my leaf is up there. But once I put this in, you're not going to notice it. It's going to be up a little higher than I normally would. But look, that's okay. It's my prerogative. And that's cool. Boy, that's very camo looking, isn't it? Turn this into a camo card. Right. And then I'm just watching the side margins here, just like you do a regular. In fact, if it helps you to turn it this way, then you can see like these three sides. So just kind of put it in here like you normally would. Okay. And then you've got that. I could have done another stamp up there, but that's all right. The person I give it to is not going to call me on that. I don't think. All right, and there. Cute little sentiment. Okay, and so for the flowers, at first I put them in here just like they are, and I was like, no, 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 no. That's too stark. This is kind of the vanilla. So I'm taking the, oh shoot, where is my silicone mat? I only have 3. I only have 3. Where are they? I was doing, oh, I know where one is right now. Well, it's okay. We're just going to do this on grid paper. You could do it on either. Okay, and I knew I had this old scruddy looking thing. And grab your Mossy Meadow, dark or light. One of mine is running out. It's that one. Look at that. I ordered a new one though. Woo! They were like $6.60 plus my Stampin' or my demonstrator discount. I don't even know. It's like Stampin' Up paid me. Okay, before I started on this, I'm coloring these with the Mossy Meadow blender. And there's like a front side, which is where all the pressed in parts point down. And then there's a rougher side. We call that the back side. Doesn't look as good, I think. So anyway, color on the back side, okay? So that when you flip it over, it's a softer version of this coloring. And gives a nice look. Or color on the front side if you want. It's your card. So there's what there's what the back side looks like that you colored on. And then it just it's like a filter on your phone, right? It softens everything. So you don't see brush strokes so much. And so then instead of just plain white, okay, that's what you have. So I just did that with all 3 of them. And yes, this one looks worn out too. That's okay. Can't believe my Mossy Meadow's worn out. I didn't know that I went to town on them like that, but apparently I did at some point in time, or more likely I had them in a class, and so everybody used them properly. They just got used a lot. That's what they're for. We like them to get used. You know, the Stampin' Right marker or Stampin' Blends are not something you're going to keep around and pass to your kids, okay? They're alcohol-based markers, which is why they're so brilliant at blending. But that also helps them to dry out. So don't expect this to work in 10 years, even if you keep it for the good occasion. All you're doing when you're not using it is just letting it dry out on its own, okay? So use them, abuse them, and then buy another set. That's my motto. All right, so I have 3 of those. Okay, oops, I put that away too soon. The other thing that I colored were the dots themselves. And so I colored 3, and I could have gotten it a lot smoother than this, but I loved that it looked kind of marbleized. Where's my 3rd one? Where is it? Well, I guess we need to color another one. Anyway, I love how those turned out. I think they're really kind of fun. And so we're going to do the same thing here. And guess what? I don't really have to worry about being nice to this marker. That's kind of fun. So I need 2 large and 2 small. This is also the type of marker that once the new set comes in, I will keep this in the back. There's a certain little shelf I have I don't keep every blend, but I will keep some of them that still seem to have plenty of ink, but where the tips have broken down. And then when you have a project like this, that's where you just pull those out. Corinne says she finally got started on making her grandson's birthday card. When is his birthday? In December, I'm guessing. Very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little of that. And, oh, I see what I did. First of all, let's do this. Okay, so I put it right underneath the fold. And then I'm just going to take it and put it there. We're going to put one in the back. Okay, one slightly under the fold and two slightly over the fold. So if there's one that you don't love so much, there are several different ways you can hide it. I love all of mine. No, I don't know. They all looked about the same. And so again, I'm putting that kind of smooth side front to the front. And then let's grab our dimensionals again. See, we're getting into a pattern here. Sentiment, dimensionals, embellishments. Okay. December 2nd. Oh, he's going to be 5. That's so cute. And hello to Mary Quick from Hamilton, Ontario. Hello. She says, hi, Lisa Tabor. See, that must have happened because Lisa Tabor either shared or her friend saw her watching. I love it when that happens. Okay, let me take one of these and give it to the neighbor card that lost its third one somewhere. That's all right. Whoops, that's not the first time. So then, just picking these guys up. Come on, mister. Giving it that. And you don't need to let them dry too long because, again, that's what Stampin' Blends are really good at. Can I handle it, though? That's what I want to know. Looks like I can't outsmart the blends today. Okay. And then there you have this card, which I think is great. Cue the confetti. It's somebody's birthday coming up, like Corinne's grandson. Okay. Now, let me show you where you can find some of these products, where you can find thousands of products, all from Stampin' Up, are at thestampinzoo.com. Hit that Shop Now tab. You can also see, if you go to thestampinzoo.com, you can see links for all of my events, registrations, but if you want to make sure you don't miss a thing, please use the link in the description of this video to sign up for and receive my emails, because that is where you'll see everything, including the 12-day freebie emails that have 12 projects from the Advent calendar. Now, I'm mentioning this because I thought days 9, 10, or 10, 11, and 12 went a long time ago, but guess what? They were sitting and pending in my software for some reason. I don't know. I didn't click a button. So, friends, day 10 just went out today. And then 11 will be tomorrow, I hope. No, I'll double check on it. And so anyway, I apologize if you thought that I give up. I did not give up. I thought I had it all done, which kind of irritates me, but that's the life of software and clicking buttons and making sure things aren't in draft mode. So it's out there for you today. Please take a look. I've had so much fun making the projects. And again, there's no spoilers in the projects. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now let me take you over to the Stampin' Up website, if I can find, where's my cursor? Where is it? Come on, where are you? There you are. Okay, so this is once you hit the Shop Now tab over at thestampinzoo.com, you will see, you can find everything there, okay? In the upper left-hand corner, you will see that you are shopping with Lisa Harden in the United States. And anyone can shop with me in the United States. That's the only criteria. All right, so this is the Brush with Beauty Suite Collection. If you would like one of each of the products that you see here, you can use item number 167100. The cost for one of each of these items is $136.25. It includes 2 Stamp and Die bundles, 2 different kinds of paper, an embossing folder, and a pack of the embellishments I've been using. Okay, you can also see a snapshot of all of the patterns of the paper, get a real feel for the tone of the suite. You can see the stamped images up close and the dies as well. Okay, look at that. And then you're getting one stamp set that is all sentiments, one stamp set that is all foliage and flowers, and some are buildable companion pieces, and some are images that cut out the stamped flowers. All right, and then you're getting this embossing folder. That's very cool. Maybe it's vellum. Is it vellum that comes with this? Just a minute, and I'll tell you how you can find out. And then finally, the embellishments, right? And so if we go over here, let's see. Let's see here. I'm trying to see where I can find all the items. Maybe that's not it. You can also add on the class. So Stampin' Up! Is giving its own class, and it's online, and you need to purchase the products, but then you get the online tutorial, just like I do online tutorials. I took their first class offering they had last month, and that's still, you can still purchase that. It was traditional Christmas. It's fantastic. So it's $30, and you do get Stampin' Rewards on that. Okay, here we go. So if we scroll down, if you don't want to purchase everything in the suite, or if purchasing the suite is not available because one or more of the items is not orderable, then please know that you can purchase anything item by item, all right? So it is the vellum that's included. Great, that's a no-brainer. Paper, no-brainer. And here they are in their little pieces and parts. When you purchase a suite, the cost of the suite includes the discount for any bundles, all right? So as you see here, these two bundles, as they are new, they are bundled so that when you purchase the stamps and the dies at the same time in the same order, you receive 10% off. That carries over to the suite price for this one, $136.25. Okay, just so you know. The other thing I wanted to show you is that the stamp set I chose to use, what is it, Banner Sayings. Let's get over there. So you're hot on it. You want to buy this. Oh, it's currently unavailable. I hate that. But all you have to do is put your email in here and then click on this, which says I'm signing up to receive notifications from you, and then hit notify me. Once this is available, you will know because you'll get an email. Now, I'm not saying the email might go to your junk file because it doesn't for me, but I've already marked Stampin' Up! As a safe provider of emails for me. But in any case, you'll receive an email, and it will tell you when it's available, all right? Lots of times, I will tell you when it's available too, but this is probably the quickest way. So you can sign up in advance, and it's the banner punch that is holding it up. So if you can't stand it and you want the stamps themselves, you can still purchase those. You will not get the 10% discount, but it's kind of like, well, you know, big whoop. It's not that much, but if you want the stamps now, I would say just get the stamps when you can, and then add the punch later. Punches, I always my general rule is if you see an item that comes out that's new, that has a punch with it, get that towards the top, more towards the top of your shopping list, because once the punches go out of inventory, it takes longer to get those back in. That's the experience I've had anyway. So just keep that in mind, okay? And hopefully that will help you shop smart for your items here. And again, if you don't want to deal with any of that, I'll still take your order over the phone. How about that? 208-830-6328. Whoa, we have all kinds of ways for you to shop, okay? You made a sympathy card for that, with that for last weekend. Yes, I think this is definitely an all-occasion set of products. I'm with you, Mary. Okay, last thing is I will show you an up-close view of the papers, full 12 by 12, okay? Because it's always nice to see them. Our catalog and our website's beautiful. Then when you get the products, it's really nice to see. And when you touch the products, it's even better. But I can't fix that part for you, but I can show you a little bit larger version. Okay, so 6 different sheets, 2 sheets of each. Everything's double-sided. Okay, so we've got this cool stripy pattern, crumb cake and vanilla. And then look how gorgeous this is. It has a slight border. I've been trimming it off when I use it for cards, but I think it would be so pretty and polished when you use it for memory keeping or for a decor piece. Okay, look at this. This is petal pink. So gorgeous. Ooh, we're going to use this coming up. Little darling duckling. I think it has kind of an Asian feel. Maybe I'm wrong, but it has an Asian feel to me. Okay. There's that one. We just finished using this paper, right? So you know what the front looks like. And then we have one similar on the back. The back seems to have these like acrylic palette knife kind of application of the colors, Calypso Coral. And then there is one that is just like our darling duckling, only crumb cake. I put them together for our card number 5. I hope you like it. And then, let's see here. Here's the one that has this very similar acrylic palette look in Lost Lagoon. And then more gorgeous flowers. And some of these flowers you may be able to die cut with the Brushed with Beauty dies, but I did not purchase that yet anyway, so I can't tell you for sure. And then finally we have that one with the dashes and then all sorts of little bouquets on the diagonal. Very nice, yes? Beautiful pack of paper. The paper itself is called Brushed with Beauty, 167082. Okay? Get it. It's gorgeous. You can get this right now. You can shop for this one right now, and it's in stock. That whole suite was in stock, actually. This whole suite. So, that's very nice. Okay, everyone. Let's get started again. Card number 4 is a Thanks a Million card. All right. And so we are really leaning into that Lost Lagoon here. And the same beige ribbon, but we're going to color it with our blends again, just like we did on the last card. And finally, a very vanilla insert because we have no naked insides here. We are a family show. So let's have Lost Lagoon card base. All right. And then you have your piece of basic beige ribbon, a circle punched out for you in vanilla, a couple of, no, 2 pieces of DSP. One is for the background, 4 by 5 1/4, and then this one is for the front, which will be on this crumb cake layer. And finally, this is the insert. Okay, so this one is, I think it has nice impact with just a small piece of patterned paper up front. So it's a great way to use little squares that you have left. It's not a strip card, but a little square card, right? And I just put this directly onto the piece of crumb cake that again, all these pieces were cut for you and put in your kit. So you're stamping and sticking, okay? Thanks a million. I put that on the front in early espresso. As there was not a lot of black or any black in these patterns, I thought black would be too harsh. So I used early espresso. I will do the same. If something is more of a cool tone, I will choose to use a basic gray or, one of the other grays, gray granite maybe. but I will often choose to do that instead of black. And when I'm using brights, I like black. So that's just kind of, it's not a hard and fast rule, but it's more often than not, that's what I do. Okay, thanks a million. This other tiny thing. They're all so little, but I love how the beautiful script that they are. And you can see them very clearly. Okay, this block is way too big. So unless you're really comfortable with your stamping, don't grab a huge block like this. In fact, I was just going to say, I think it looked like it was going to go haywire on me, but I got lucky. Did I put anything on the inside? Let's see. Oh, our little image again. You know, sometimes you get stuck on one thing and it just keeps looking cute. It looks very much like this paper, and this paper was not paired up with the stamp set. So just always be thinking outside. Think outside the suite, all right? Mix and match those products. First of all, Stampin' Up! Makes it so easy by coordinating the colors across the line of products that we have. So over the thousands of products we have, the colors are 40 base colors and 10 in colors. All right, you all get really familiar with them, use them. They give us the color information on all of the designer series paper. So it's very easy to make a stamp set that isn't officially coordinated, coordinate. And I love that it's that easy, because I do recall years and years ago when I thought, you know, I just want to shop somewhere else just for fun. And I spent so much money and so much time trying to find things that would just coordinate. And so, you know, I learned my lesson and came back. Okay, so this is Lost Lagoon Dark, and I don't want to ruin the tip on this one. And so I am coloring with it at a very, it's almost flat on my paper. Okay, so the angle is very sharp. See, I'm not doing this. That would not be good. I'm just coloring with the side of the brush. I want one more strip up on the top. So this ribbon is kind of ridged the very end, or on the edges. And so I wanted to make sure I got that colored. Okay, where does this go? Hello, where is your mate? You know, keep them together. There it is. Okay. All right. So we have that. And then we are going to, oh my, that's slightly crooked. Can I get that off there? I just put it down. I know I could heat it up and stuff, but I think I can. I think I can. Wait, no one yelled at me and said it was crooked. Team, hello. Are you guys snoozing? Did you just eat your Thanksgiving leftovers today? Did you eat a Thanksgiving sandwich? I wouldn't fault you if you did. You know, I did not bring, I brought some leftovers home, but I didn't bring a ton, because I knew I would just sit and eat them until I was disgustingly sick. So there's no off button on me. I have no control about that kind of stuff, bringing my mother's cooking home. So I was like, no, don't do it. All right, guess what? Up on dimensionals. Here we go. 4. I will be live again with you on Sunday, the 30th, the last day of November. And I'm hoping to report that I've made tons of Christmas cards. I definitely want to get those kits made for my mom tonight, which, as I said, there's 4 of them, I think. But I also have some kits that I want to make for gifts. And if you have not shopped our kits with a mind towards your gift list, you need to. You know, they are kind of in and out of inventory, and there's a great selection in inventory right now. So get yourself over there. Again, you can find all the kits if you just go to the Stamping Zoo and then hit the Shop Now tab, okay? And shop by kits. There are crafting kits and there are card kits, and they are all wonderful. And a few of them are out of inventory, but that's okay. That's totally not where I wanted that. I wanted this to span over the ribbon, but that's life. The ribbon's not that thick, so we're going to just go with it. And looks like I am where I want to be there. And then I am going to bring my 3 champagne crumb cake embellishments in. Oh, I wonder what embellishments I used for the last one. I think I used Calypso. Okay, and then let's put the insert in. Oh my gosh, we're on card 4. Boy, when you have somebody cut and punch and die cut all the pieces for you, it goes really quickly. Like I said, I like being the student every once in a while, even if it's my own class. Okay, and beautiful. Thanks a million. There's your card 4. Don't forget that trick about coloring embellishments with your blends, because that again is even more versatility, right? Okay, so I love it when we get a set of embellishments and there's a white or a clear version, because it just means that we're going to have more options. Okay, here's your card number 5. All right. And so again, all of these are in the kit that you receive when you make a minimum qualifying purchase of $50 or more. You have 2 more days. You have through Sunday to earn this free kit, all while shopping the Black Friday sale. So get lots of savings. All right, you have all sorts of pieces and parts for this one. It's a fun fold. So you will have a front panel in Darling Duckling. You will have a base in Crumb Cake. Then you will have some pieces and parts cut for you in Designer Series paper. Remember I told you we were going to use this pattern together. And then you'll have an insert in white. Finally, for the front, you will have 2 circles punched for you and the banner shape punched for you as well. Okay, let's get to going. I guess I should show you the finished card. It is a consider yourself hugged on the front this time, right? So it's pretty cute. I like this. And so it's hard to, show you how it looks, but just imagine it looking like this on your desk. So away we go. I stamped that flower again on the inside and I used Crumb Cake. Okay, so let's get that guy. I used Crumb Cake and Espresso again on these. Okay, so, and I may have used second generation. We're just going to be brave and use first and see what happens. I don't think somebody wants to write over that. That's a little heavy. Okay, it was second generation. So there you go. And then I want this guy, right? Do I have that blocked up still? No. Put it away. Silly, silly. What's this one though? Wishing you good things. Let's put that on there. That's cute. Okay. And so, thank you, Corinne. This pattern of paper, or this paper, all of these patterns really are quite pretty. Wishing you good things. That's a nice thing to say. Very true. I wish you all good things. I wish you all a really lovely weekend coming up. You might be getting ready for Christmas. I don't know. Does anybody go out and actually do Black Friday shopping anymore? I asked my mom that, and she seemed to think yes. I seem to think no. And she said, well, why don't you go out and find out? And I'm like, I don't need to know the answer to that mystery that hard. I mean, that much. So I just slept in. And then, as I told you, the only place my car went today was to the tire shop. So anyway, do you still go out and about on Black Friday and do shopping? Do you go out early? Like, remember, you used to get up or before the store started opening at midnight. The mall here, I think, opened at 5:30 or 6. Used to get kind of crazy. It was in the days when, shopping was still quite civil. Used to get kind of crazy when they would have those limited edition or limited amount of Tickle Me Elmos and American Girl dolls or whatever. I don't know what was limited, but things were limited. You had to get there or you were out of luck. All right, so you've got some strips here too. They're 2 different measurements. And again, in your tutorial, you will find them, okay? And so let's put the larger rectangles on the outer. Oops, you got to make sure your branches are facing up. Or it's going to look like a really sad tree. Not anymore. Deborah says not anymore. And you never went, and you never went out today. Yeah, I got you. I know it was a whole thing. Maybe people still do just for the fondness of it. I felt more like I would go to Target sometimes if I needed stuff. Carla says your daughter-in-law started at 5:30 and you're still going strong at 3 o'clock. Oh, you didn't tag along. Okay. All right. See that maybe there's some like really, really good deals. I have no idea. Last night, I'm so glad. So again, like most of our family are adults. I mean, like we've got the 7-year-old and then everybody else is at least in their 20s, late 20s. And so my mom was like, what are we going to do for gifts when we were all sitting there? And I said, everybody's getting $50 from me. I said, you can do what you want with it. $50, that's what you're getting. And then like it was surprised, like the youngest ones were like, I think we all have enough gifts. And so then we were like, yeah, that's fine. And then somebody suggested something that we did a few years ago. It was really fun. We did it for several years, but basically like an exchange. So not white elephant, not crappy, but so anyway, we all decided we would bring one $50 gift, and then we will do the game where you steal, and that always gets fun. And it's always quite funny to see what, my niece said the last time we did it, she said, which she's only, okay, let me stop here for a minute. See how this folds in and then folds out? Just put your Seal Plus on the inside part of it. Okay, don't put it on the outside flaps or this will not open up. And then it's the same height. The back and the front panels are the same height. So here's how I kind of did it, is I held it like this. I put this at the top and kind of at an angle. Okay, so I didn't push it down. I held it up, made sure that the top was good, and then I looked at the left side and the right side. And once I was happy with where those were, then I went ahead and placed it down. So I want it over just a tiny bit more. But you can do that really easily. And then I just checked the back to make sure I didn't see anything hanging over. Okay, and then there you go. So that's how, isn't that pretty? It's very Asian, very beautiful, simple, kind of modern little version of a card. So anyway, yes, my niece who is, I think she's 25. Anyway, she said, last time we did that, I got a foot massager, and I was so mad that I gave it to my brother. And she said, now I want the foot massager. I go, yeah, right. You shouldn't have given that away. Too late now. Tastes change as you get older. Oh, man. Just such a good time. In fact, my mom had set out a puzzle for everybody to work on. We didn't even get out there. Well, one of us was working on it, but like 4 or 5 of us were just sitting at the table. You know how that goes. And then when I left, I was like, dang it. We should have been out there putting the puzzle together and visiting with everybody. But you know what? It was fine. It if my mom would have wanted us in the living room, she would have been like, "Get in here, you kids." And she didn't. So anyway, it was just really fun. I was trying to make sure that was even. Okay, now look, I don't have any more if I just use the strip that I gave you, but I'm not going to. I am going to get into my other ones because I already purchased the full package, right? I have several of these. Did I hoard them? No, but I have several. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the crumb cake. If you don't have them, use the Calypso. It looks good. Or since, remember, you should still have 3 of the white, just color the white. So if you've got the free with purchase kit, you still have 2 options for your embellishments. Or you can purchase another pack of these. 167098. They have white, Calypso coral, and a crumb cake. Okay. And then I like, oh goodness, I went crazy. I put 5 on this one. Girl, get it. And so I like it. So we shall put 5 on this one too. Okay, and then I put 3 up in this corner. Bam. Bam. Let's see. Where'd those go? Here we go. Bam. Okay. Guys, we had 5 cards. I love that so much. It was less than an hour and a half. Well, it's because I did all the work ahead of time. I hope that you enjoyed this time with me. Whether or not you earned the Craft Along kit, I would like to know if you like this concept. It is not, I didn't make it up. It's not new to me. But I have run it a couple of other times. But, you know, if you're really enjoying it and if you, if it helps you to feel extra special when you make a purchase with me, then I will more than likely continue it. Okay, so we'll do it again for sure, but I would like your thoughts on if you like to receive a craft along as something extra from me, or if you like to receive something more like the technique videos I was doing. Please let me know your preferences. We may just do a mix, but if there's overwhelming response for one or the other, I'll do what you like. Okay, look at all those cards. So fun, right? They definitely have a serene feel to them in their color, in their tone, but they're all occasion. So again, I hope you like your free with purchase kit if you received it. And if you did not, I hope you still just liked this free stamping time with me. Okay? Please check out my events and sales, etc. In the description of this video, and don't forget to subscribe to receive my email. Then you won't miss a minute of the Stamping Zoo. Okay, everyone, have a lovely Thanksgiving weekend, and I will see you again on Sunday. Bye for now.